Hi everybody, it's 216 Papa Bravo. Remember a while back I posted a video about the Wuxon or Oshan KVUX6X or whatever it is radios that we have. I have two of them, and then a friend of mine who got me into this whole ham radio thing loaned me a Yeasu 8800 with a power supply. That's that guy right there. So I decided to buy my own, and voila, we have two packages here which we're going to get to unwrap. In our box, here's what we got. I ordered some cable. It's a really good cable. This is a external speaker we're going to set up. You need a power supply. This is a Linko 32 amp power supply. Again, we're a little overdoing it, but again, maybe planning on future uses. This guy will take care of almost any DC needs that we need. Now the power supplies are good for every radio that is considered a mobile radio, because they all run on 12 volts. So you have to convert your 110 to 12 volts, and that's what this little guy does. This has a it has your upfront connections, has a meter you can switch for amps, voltage delivered in amps. Nice little power supply, kind of small, really good. And then here is the radio. I went ahead and bought a Yeasu FTM-400DR. This has a larger TFT touchable screen that you can actually touch to do things, and you can actually see the numbers a lot. But this is almost actual size here. You can actually see what you're getting. So it's a little more expensive than I could have gotten. I could have gotten down around the $200 range for a radio that does almost as much as this one does. But if I wanted to have the power, have the receive range, even though these are only 2 meter and 70 centimeter bands on these two band radios, you're able to receive much wider band range. So you can receive from basically aircraft all the way up to television, just about. So they really cover a wide variety of bandwidth to receive on, to at least listen. You can get most police bands with this, most of the fire bands, just about everything you need to do as far as community service type stuff. And then you can transmit on the 144 megahertz or the 430 megahertz band, which is 2 meter and 70 centimeter. And this does have a full 50 watts on the 144 band, and I think it's 25 watts on the 430 megahertz band. Haven't really done a lot of reading about this as far as what its capabilities are. I know it does a lot. They have a lot of stuff on these. This one happens to be very advanced. It's their newest model. So I'm really looking forward to getting into it and setting it up. The longer tube I have here is a antenna. This big guy here. It's a 4-foot diamond X50A that will allow me to roof mount with this cabling here. I'll be able to roof mount and an antenna so I can get out a little ways. One thing about FM transmissions, it's line of sight. You can't go really over the horizon unless you use a repeater. So the higher you get your antenna up in the air, the better off you are. And that's what this guy does here. Okay, here you can see the Linko DM330MV. Again, this is a 30 amp conversion from 110 to DC, up to 30 amps of use, continuous use, which is really a powerful little unit. It has a amp or voltage meter for this meter here, and you turn the unit on or off here, and you can vary the power supply to your unit if you need to, from anywhere from I believe 0 volts up to 14.7. I believe that's what it is. I'd have to check that, but pretty close. Anyway, a really good unit, and that's the power supply. Okay, so we'll go ahead and open up the radio box here, get all the contents out, see what all we have. Set the box aside. Warranty card, the operating manual, a pretty thick one, a lot of reading there. Here is the actual unit. This is the back unit. It allows you to do a remote mount, so you can mount this like under your seat and put the, or remote it somewhere, and you want to put your unit up higher. Here is the face of the unit. This is what you'll actually see while you're using it. Again, a very, very small, very compact unit. You can see the size of my hand, so you can see how big that is. Nice display. Again, it's a touch display. You'll be able to do things on here rather than using dials or knobs. It does allow you to use dials and knobs, but if you want to manually enter things, you can just use your finger to do that. And there's a connecting cord. We have a power cord with fuses. And then we have your microphone. Looks like mounting screws, mounting brackets, fuses. I don't know what there's a place for your microphone, little screws, attachments, and your bracketing material and connecting cords. I think that's everything. Again, that's the Yeasu FTM-400DR. Very small, compact little unit. I like this particular one because it has a better display. It's again a TFT display, so you really have crisp, bold letters and numbers. I don't know if you can see on here. They look just like that when they're lit up. When I get this all together, I will put that on there and show that to you. Again, I over radioed. This is probably a lot more than I really need to have as a beginner, but again, the expense. You can spend a lot of money on this stuff if you want to, but to get into the hobby, it really isn't that expensive. You can get by with a J-pole type antenna for the type of thing we're doing, and a handheld walkie-talkie, which would run you about maybe about $100. If you want to do a basic walkie-talkie or handy-talkie type setup. Again, these Oshan radios were about $115 at the time I bought them. They're a little more than that now. They have different varieties of them. They go down as low as about $50, I believe. Bofang makes a radio very similar to this. It's a little more bulky, but not very much bigger at all. So you can get into the hobby very inexpensively. I wanted to have something that was kind of cutting edge, and it was going to be lasting me for a long time, and I believe that this radio is going to do that. It has everything I want to have on it, and it has a power, it has a receiving range, has all the things I want to work with. So there you are. As soon as I get it hooked up, we'll put another video up and show you how I did everything, and we'll get going here and get that up to you. So for now, it's 216 Papa Bravo. Have a great day.